Pretty much going to be about MMTLP, next bridge. However, I just wanted to mention that Genius Group, GNS, which was at 379, and I kept saying last week when it went down it's going to go back up. Well, it's flying up in the after hours. I mean, it was at 461 at like 7:30 this morning, and I don't know why, but freaking a little while later it hit 520. And where was that? 745. I mean, like from 7:30 to 7:45, and I sold. You know, the after hours thing you can do. And now it's like up at 545, and it's still climbing, and it's still climbing. I'm hoping maybe it'll like go down upon the regular opening, and maybe I can buy back in, because I got a real good feeling about that. But going back to MMTLP, next bridge, whatever you want to call it, I got some weird information going on with that. I got a letter yesterday. Not yesterday. Yesterday was Sunday. It was the day before yesterday. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. But I inquired about setting up my AST account. You know, because I only have like 623 shares in Robinhood. I have a majority of my shares in Fidelity. But I wanted to see if I could possibly go ahead and register those shares. And then, then I'd leave the Fidelity account open to, just in case we reopened. And I have a real good feeling that we're going to reopen. If you've been listening to the live chats and stuff on Twitter, a lot of people believe that. It doesn't make sense that they can reconsolidate anything unless they do that. Well, the letter says they're going to charge $25 if you go ahead and send it off to AST. Yada, yada, yada. You got to give them a W-9 form. The interesting part was the bullet points afterwards. Confirmation of your understanding for each of the following. Your MMTZZ shares will no longer be visible in your Robinhood account. And they will be held in your own name. Any future communications regarding the shares must be done through AST, which we knew. If these shares become tradable, you will no longer be able to trade your MMTZZ shares on Robinhood, which makes perfect sense. The Robinhood account will be you'll be debited $25 to AST. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here warning you that if you go ahead and you send it over to AST, that you won't be able to trade it if it becomes available again. Which got me thinking. Then I wound up calling up, well, not calling up, but doing the live chat through Robinhood, and me and him talked back and forth for quite a while. And then I was like pushing to go ahead and register AST, and for some reason, he was kind of like making comments that made me feel like I shouldn't do that. So then I finally wrote him, so do you think I should wait to do this? I really don't know what to do at this point. I do keep hearing people saying that it will open back up for trading. Do you have any opinions on this? Are you allowed to say? And then his first comment back to me was, I do not have an opinion. I am not an investor in this, and I wouldn't be able to share one even if I did. But I will say this. The shares held in book entry form in Robinhood's account are yours. If you put them in an account in your name, you will not be able to trade them until you transfer them into a brokerage account of the same kind. Leaving them in your Robinhood account will allow you to trade them through your Robinhood account if and when they become tradable. If the market does somehow, if the market does something quickly when these do trade, not if the market does something quickly when these do trade, you may miss out on an opportunity. Waiting to transfer these shares to AST account to the brokerage will delay things. It's not really supposed to give me advice, I guess. But if you read a lot of what I was saying, you could see that I was coming across desperate. You know? Like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And there's several spots in my chat where, hell, I should. Let me turn this around real quick. I can't see it, but hopefully I'm showing it. Leaving in your Robinhood will allow you to trade them through Robinhood account. If the market does something quickly when these do trade, that's the part that's. He did say up above something about when and if, or Robinhood account, if and when they become tradable. But now all of a sudden, in the second part, you know, it was weird because you could tell at the beginning of this that he was sympathizing with me, and I could almost feel as if he wanted to tell me something. If the market does something quickly, when these do trade, you may miss out on an opportunity. Not if. When these do trade, that's the part on the bottom was showing you, the one part, you may miss out on an opportunity was highlighted. Now, I don't know if Jacob, which was the representative that was talking to me, was trying to send me a signal there, or if that was some kind of a typo. But it's my belief, and a lot of people's beliefs, that these are going to trade. The Robinhood representative basically was encouraging me just to leave everything alone. Now, is that because they're being told to do that? Because maybe we are missing out on something if we don't register them in AST? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think, and my gut's telling me during this whole conversation, that he's trying to tell me that if the market does something quickly, when these do trade, you will miss out on an opportunity. Waiting to transfer these shares from AST. In other words, something that we already knew, that if you try to transfer them to AST, or they get tied up in that, they're tied up in that, you know, and then eventually, you know, hopefully you'll get your shares. I would assume that any of those things that they start to transfer on, they're going to have to come up with a share one way or another. But I also believe that based on this and many other things I've heard from many other people, not just the Twitter chats, although I love them, that something's coming soon. And if you're thinking about transferring to AST, maybe you might want to wait on that. And then also I wanted to give a shout out to Terry and Smokey, Syntex, William P. there, and all the guys who went out to the Occupy SEC 23 this past weekend. We appreciate all your efforts. And the Marine. And did I mention that Ali on Trading Secrets? He was. You should go watch his video. I like the way he does this breakdown of FINRA, where you know there's this reply they do where it sounds like you know that they do protect the important people, which we may not be a part of. You know, I'm probably not even breaking that down correctly. But go watch his video. It's a good video. And hold tight. Keep the faith. I think something's going to happen soon. You have a good one.